A girl swallows 2 eggs in one gulp. Suddenly, the man across from her slaps her hard. Scared by the man's intimidation, the girl bursts into tears. But this timid girl, when she faced hundreds of vicious dogs alone as a child, showed no fear at all. With a single chopstick, she dispatches all the dogs in a flash. A mysterious organization has genetically modified humans, and the girl is their most successful test subject. Her IQ hits 250, and with her telekinesis, she can disintegrate objects at will. When someone sneaks an arrow attack, even blindfolded, she easily defends against it. As the girl's powers grow stronger, the higher-ups fear they can't control her and order Dr. Bayek, the project leader, to eliminate all the kids. Luckily, the girl is alert and escapes early, chased by dozens of assassins. Finally, exhausted, she collapses and faints. A nearby farmer finds her and rushes to call a doctor. Hunted by assassins, the girl is severely injured and loses all her memories. Unable to find her home, a childless couple adopts her. 10 years later, the girl grows up and gets a beautiful name, Jayun. She's incredibly thoughtful and hardworking, always helping out on her adoptive father's farm. Her adoptive mother suffers from Alzheimer's, her memory fading, but she always remembers her lovely daughter. With cattle prices crashing, the family, already scraping by, plunges into deeper financial crisis. There's no money for the mother's treatment, and Jayun often has severe headaches. After a secret hospital visit, the doctor has warned she has brain cancer and only 3 months to live. The only hope is a bone marrow transplant from her biological parents. To avoid burdening her family, she keeps quiet. One day, her best friend Myung-hee tells her about a talent show offering a 500 million won prize, enough to save the farm and treat her mother. Jayun heads straight to the auditions. At the audition, Jayun floats the microphone in mid-air. With this trick, she nails the tryouts. But this is the hottest national talent show, and the moment is spotted by Dr. Beck, who's been hunting her. Dr. Beck immediately sends men to capture Jayun. On a train, Guigongja, another person with superpowers, finds her. He bluntly claims to know her and calls her Miss Witch.
안 그래? 마녀 아가씨?
Jayun stares back confused. She's got zero idea who he is, but Guigongja talks like he's known her all her life. Suspecting she's faking amnesia, Guigongja suddenly slaps her. Startled, Jayun convinces him that the once mighty witch has indeed lost her memory and become ordinary. Myung-hee yells at Guigongja, calling him a perv harassing a student. With everyone's attention drawn, Guigongja leaves, but the trouble is far from over. Guigongja gets bumped by a man, his eyes turning icy. The next second, he crushes the man's gold watch with his bare hand, covers his mouth and kills him instantly. He tosses the body aside like trash. The hunt for the witch continues. Meanwhile, Jayun wins the talent show. As she and Myung-hee leave, a headache strikes again. Jayun rushes to the bathroom, clutching her head in pain. The doctor has warned her condition is worsening. She's got 3 months tops. And the nosebleeds? They're a sign her time is literally running out. She pretends nothing's wrong when she comes out, but as they head home, a group of black-clad men appear, claiming to scout for a talent agency and trying to abduct her. Luckily, a teacher and students emerge, distracting the men. Myung-hee flags a taxi, and they finally escape. That night, Jayun's headache returns, and she hears a noise outside. As she checks, a gun is pressed to her head. The same black-clad men from earlier, holding Myung-hee hostage. They keep calling her witch, but Jayun cries that they've mistaken her. One man jabs a finger at a scar on his cheek. "You did this," he snarls. "I'm really not who you're looking for," she pleads in fear.
진짜 아니에요. 아저씨들이 찾는 그 애 아니라고요, 저.
The man demands proof, and an accomplice presses a knife to Myung-hee's neck. When Jayun still denies it, the man signals to attack. Suddenly, Jayun's eyes change. She breaks free, snatches the gun, and fires with deadly accuracy. Before the man can react, she smashes his chin, pins him to the wall in a chokehold, and beats him until he bleeds from the nose and mouth. Jayun presses the gun under the man's chin, but he spits out, "You're a monster." Her eyes turn icy cold in an instant. One shot rings out, and the man drops dead. When Jayun snaps back to reality, she stares at her blood-stained hands, then flings the gun away in horror. Her best friend Myung-hee, hiding nearby, trembles. She looks at Jayun like she's the monster. That's when Guigongja rounds the corner, his face twisted. He's convinced now Ja-yoon is the witch, but she shakes her head, swearing she has no clue what's happening. Even now, Myung-hee has her back, shouting, "There's nothing wrong with her." Guigongja yanks his hair back, snarling, "This scar? You gave it to me." Fragments of memory flash in Ja-yoon's mind. Guigongja kidnaps her parents, threatening to kill them if she doesn't follow him. For her parents' safety, she has no choice but to obey. Ja-yoon is dragged to a lab and strapped to a chair. Dr. Beck, tapping her nails on a clipboard, steps in, but Ja-yoon stares blankly. Dr. Beck smirks. No memories? Perfect. She snaps her fingers, and a goon jabs a syringe into Ja-yoon's neck. Suddenly, memories explode. Why'd the organization quit hunting her? Simple. Brain-modified freaks like her need this serum every few weeks, or their brains literally blow up. Dr. Beck figured Ja-yoon had croaked years ago after escaping. But surprise, she's been alive and kicking for a decade. Talk about the organization's golden experiment. To fully power her up, Beck jabs another needle in. Ja-yoon instantly relaxes. No more headache, just pure relief. Beck smirks. "This is my latest juice. Now you can flex those brain powers 24/7 without the migraine. Catch? It only lasts 30 days. Miss a shot and your brain rots twice as fast." Classic control move. Keep her hooked on the serum, keep her under their thumb. Dr. Beck tries to drug the witch, but the next moment.
마음에 드니?
솔직히 기대 이상이네.
Guigongja, watching the monitor, sprints toward the lab. Ja-yoon's eyes glow, and her smile turns feral.
안녕하세요, 박사님. 우리 정말 오랜만이죠.
Before Dr. Beck blinks, hunter and prey flip. With a glare, Ja-yoon smashes every machine. Glass shatters, sparks fly. Guards rush in, but the chair is empty. Ja-yoon teleports behind one, smacking him into the wall like a pancake. He's a psychic, but no match. Ja-yoon cocks the gun at the mirror. She knows Dr. Beck hides there. Bullets ping off the glass. It's military grade. Dr. Beck hits the gas button, but Ja-yoon slices the nozzle. Then she vanishes into the fog. Ja-yoon materializes behind Dr. Beck, gun to her head. "Surprise!" she purrs, eyes wild.
난 내가 누군지, 당신이 누군지 너무나 잘 알아요. 살면서 단 하루도 잊어본 적이 없어요.
Turns out, Ja-yoon's 10-year memory loss was all an act. She knew the farm couple had lost a kid, knew they'd never say no to a dying girl on their doorstep, so she bolts, fakes passing out, and plays the amnesia card. But get this, while she's researching Alzheimer's cures, she's actually deep-diving brain science to track down Dr. Bayek. She's known all along her brain could explode if she overuses her powers. For a decade, she's been hiding her mojo, playing normal, until Beck turned out to be a master hider. That's when Ja-yoon pulls the ultimate flex, auditioning for a talent show and floating stuff on live TV. Talk about baiting the hook. Dr. Beck brushes Ja-yoon's cheek softly, spitting curses about her cunning. In a flash, Ja-yoon shoots her leg. Pop! Where's the serum recipe? She drags Dr. Beck across the floor like a rag doll. Suddenly, Guigongja appears. Another psychic. Ja-yoon teleports behind him, gripping his neck.
너하고 난 레벨이 달라.
She slams him into the wall, sending chunks of plaster raining down. Enter the psychic demolition crew. Ja-yoon corners Guigongja and lands 2 stinging slaps. They grapple and she kicks him flying across the room. With a thought, she yanks a gun to her hand and shoots Dr. Bayek's other leg as the doctor crawls for the door. Before Guigongja can recover, Ja-yoon unloads the magazine. Bang, bang, bang. Guigongja sprints up the wall, using telekinesis to fling crates in front of him. But he's no match for Ja-yoon. Their power levels are light years apart. The fight's already decided. Realizing he's dead meat, Guigongja blurts out where the serum is hidden. Turns out, he's been done with life for years. Being a killing machine his whole time, he never found a reason to exist. But there's barely any serum left. To get more, Ja-yoon has to hit up the U.S. headquarters. All the chaos brings in the cops, and her adoptive mom ends up in the hospital from shock. Ja-yoon shows up with the serum, telling her adoptive dad it can cure her mom. She leaves 1 vial behind, grabs 2, and says goodbye, promising, "I'll be back." Her dad always knew she was different. Growing up, she killed tons of small animals. But her mom insisted, love can raise any child right. He believed it too. Jaeyoon had to be good.
댕겨와 그러면 너무 늦지 말고.
Before leaving, she waves to Myung-hee. Is she kind or cruel? Which is her real self? 3 months later, in a beachfront villa, Jaeyoon, fresh off raiding the US lab, holds a crate of serum. The woman in front of her is a dead ringer for Dr. Baek. It's her sister. Jaeyoon came to force her help in taking down the entire experiment organization. This movie is The Witch Part 1, The Subversion, a kick-ass Korean sci-fi flick. Yeah, the plot has tons of build-up, but Jaeyoon's fight scenes are straight fire. She's a total one-woman wrecking crew. If you dig this video, hit like and subscribe. Catch you next time.